Welcome back. Today we're going to learn how you can say something that you think. Now we've already learned several forms that we need in order to express this, but we'll need to learn a few new forms in order to say everything that we want. So here's the first form. To make this, conjugate the quoting form 고, used in statements, not for questions, commands, or suggestions. Then add the verb 생각하다, meaning to think, and conjugate it. For example, 저는 좋다고 생각해요. I think that it's good. 저는 빌리 씨가 했다고 생각해요. I think that Billy did it. Now, there is a bit more to saying something that you think, but first, let's just take a look at some example sentences using this form. 저는 석진 씨의 키가 크다고 생각해요. I think that Seokjin is tall. 키 means a person's height or stature. The opposite of 키가 크다 is 키가 작다, meaning to be short. 제가 기침을 하면 무례하다고 생각하세요? Do you think it's rude if I cough? 무료라고 생각했어요. I thought that it's free. 무료 can also be used as an adverb as 무료로, meaning for free. 저는 그렇게 생각하지 않아요. I don't think so. Just like when we used 말하다, the adverb 그렇게 can also be used with 생각하다 to mean to think so or to think that. 저 고양이가 뚱뚱하다고 생각해요. I think that cat over there is fat. 바람이 많이 불고 있다고 생각해요. I think it's very windy. Or literally, I think that wind is blowing a lot. 어떻게 생각해요? What do you think? Note that the adverb 어떻게, meaning how, can be used with 생각하다 to mean think what. Using 뭐 instead to say what do you think would be incorrect. 옛날에는 감기 걸려도 학교에 갔다고 생각해요. I think that in the old days, even if I caught a cold, I went to school. So now we can just say things that you think. Well, what if you want to say that you think a certain way about something? Well, to do that, you can use the form 에 대해. Here's how that works. You can say about, whether you're thinking or talking about something, using the form 에 대해서. To do that, get a noun and then attach 에 대해. The 서 at the end is optional. Then follow this form with an action verb. This can be either thinking or talking or others. For example, 미나 씨에 대해 어떻게 생각해요? What do you think about Mina? 저는 그 장난감에 대해 알고 싶어요. I want to know about that toy. 할머니를 방문하는 것에 대해 생각했어요. I thought about visiting grandmother. 이것에 대해 생각해 본 적이 있어요? Have you ever thought about this before? 저는 드디어 한국 역사에 대해 배웠어요. I finally learned about Korean history. But that's not all there is to this 에 대해 form. There's also another similar form, 에 대한, which can be used as an adjective. So let's learn how to do that. Although the translation of this form will be the same, about, the usage is different. So to use it, take a noun and attach 에 대한. Then follow this form with a noun. For example, 한국 역사에 대한 책이에요. It is a book about Korean history. 저는 한국 미술에 대한 프로젝트를 했어요. I did a project about Korean art. 북한에 대한 영화를 봤어요. I saw a movie about North Korea. If it helps you to understand how 대한 differs from 대해서, you can translate this form as that is about. So, 한국 역사에 대한 책 means a book that is about Korean history. Okay, so now we've learned how to think. Let's do an example conversation between two people, Jiwon and Shihyun, using these forms that we've learned. 내일 시간이 있으면 같이 동물원으로 갈까요? If you have time tomorrow, shall we go to the zoo together? 좋은 생각이에요. That is a good idea. 왜냐면 내일은 집에서 동생의 생일 파티가 있거든요. Because, or the reason is because, just so you know, tomorrow at home, there is my younger sibling's birthday party. 저는 집에 있고 싶지 않아요. I do not want to be at home. 있다, meaning to exist, can also translate as to stay when used with a location. So literally this sentence means I don't want to exist or be at home. So this sentence could more naturally translate as I do not want to stay at home. 아, 그래요? Ah, really? 그럼 잘 됐네요. Well then, that worked out well. 매년 우리 동생의 생일 파티가 너무 시끄럽다고 생각해요. Every year, I think that my younger sibling's birthday party is too noisy. So I think my younger sibling's birthday party is too noisy every year. 작년에는 어린이가 20명 정도 왔어요. Last year, about 20 kids came. 저는 그런 파티가 동생에게 아주 재밌을 거라고 생각하는데요. As for me, that kind of party will be very fun to your younger sibling, or for your younger sibling, I think. So I think that kind of party will be very fun for your younger sibling. 우리 동생한테는 재미가 있죠. It is fun for my younger sibling, right? 하지만 저한테는 재미가 없어요. But to me, it's not fun.
내일 시간이 있으면 같이 동물원으로 갈까요? 좋은 생각이에요. 왜냐면 내일은 집에서 동생의 생일 파티가 있거든요. 저는 집에 있고 싶지 않아요. 아, 그래요? 그럼 잘 됐네요. 매년 우리 동생의 생일 파티가 너무 시끄럽다고 생각해요. 작년에는 어린이가 20명 정도 왔어요. 저는 그런 파티가 동생에게 아주 재미있을 거라고 생각하는데요. 우리 동생한테는 재미가 있죠. 하지만 저한테는 재미가 없어요.
So in this lesson, we learned how to say something that you think, as well as how to say that you think about something. So practice everything in this lesson, and I'll see you again in the next lesson. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!